All right, y'all. So today we have two scents. This one, the Rose Chocolat, and I know someone's gonna get me. I have Rose Chocolat, and I have Rose Enfume. I know someone's gonna get me for my French pronunciations, y'all. I study French and it's hilarious because I took French all the way from middle school through my junior year in college. I was so fluent in French on paper, but I never really got an opportunity to, dialogue, and that's the most important part, right? And that was also many, many years ago, unfortunately. And so I have lost quite a bit of it, but I am a Francophile at heart. So thank you for the person who corrected me on my mispronunciation of Miel Baby, the perfume review that I did for that one. The candle really smells identical to it. I love that the candle is more subtle because the Miel Baby, it's very musky and sweet, but it can have a little bit of sort of sharpness to it. So I like that the candle is a little bit understated and it's not a powerhouse with projection, like filling up the whole place in that way. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about specifically the Rose Chocolat. So I've had Rose Enfume for several years. Tell by the label, a lot of my labels are like changing color and they just look older. You can tell the ones that I've had for a long time. I've really been into Monde Gourmand for quite a while. Rose Enfume, to me, if you watch my video about Moschino Toy Boy and comparing it to the Jason Wu, to me, Rose Enfume is very much like a straightforward rose fragrance, and I love that for this perfume because it's very simple, but it's like a nice quality rose scent. A lot of things that are rose dominant or rose forward, they can get a little synthetic or like old lady smelling, things like that. Rose Enfume is not like that. It also does smell, I think, more expensive than something you would expect in this price range, and for that reason I love it. So I was thinking, okay, Rose Chocolat, like maybe it will have everything that I love about this Rose Enfume, where it's a rose that, of course, I know that it's synthetic because of the price range and it doesn't necessarily smell 100% realistic, but it's close enough. And it has just a nice, elevated, pretty rose fragrance that's good for layering with other things. Like to layer this with either the Jason Wu or the Toy Boy. And the reviews for this one were really good. I think, Le Monde Gourmand, it just has a following now. We can't deny it. I love it. Two new fragrances that I just received. I'm going to open those and do reviews for those. But, if you're like me, once you're addicted to these, you just can't give them up. It's been at least like 6 to 8 months that I've had this one. You can see I haven't really worn it. Look at the juice on this one. It's very cloudy and milky. It's almost pink, but it's almost sickly looking. It also reminds me of that cough syrup that you used to get, that bubblegum cough syrup when you were a kid. It's just not... it doesn't set an expectation for me of something that's really going to smell great. It's really giving like diluted Pepto-Bismol or something like that, right? So anyway, the scent of this one, I'm going to make it short and sweet. I do not enjoy this. It is very sweet. It's very plain and very sweet. It's just sugary, period, with not much else to offer. When I opened the cap, there was no... nozzle on there, so I have to, every time I use this, which is rare because I don't really like it that much, I have to steal another sprayer from a different bottle. But anyway, this one, it definitely reminds me of those like chocolate covered cherries that you see around Valentine's Day in like Walmart or something. So there's not a lot of chocolate here, and the chocolate that you do get, it's a really sort of like greasy, like that greasy, sort of flavorless milk chocolate, that really poor quality chocolate that we have in America. And there's something like a syrup. It's just very artificial, like maybe, it gives you like that cherry syrup kind of sensation. You can't really distinguish anything floral or anything rose about this one. At least to my nose, I can't. It's just purely like that artificial, sickly sweet sort of candy thing that's happening. But then at the same time, it's not offensive and it's not bad, right? It's just not good enough. It's like not good enough to just be purely a simple, sort of unoffensive, super sweet perfume. I could accept that, but it doesn't give what it promised in terms of the notes really at all. The longevity on this one is very poor. It's like I would give it like a 3 out of 10 for the longevity. I'm not a fan of those candies. So maybe if you like that type of candy, you would enjoy this fragrance. Cherries, like if you break one open, or because I sincerely would not bite one, right? Because I don't want that whole texture and feeling in my mouth. But you know, if you break one open and you see that creamy filling that's like this, right? The juice sort of leaking out of it in this very nasty in a very nasty looking way. I don't even have a big word for you for that, but that's what it just like has, this texture, gelatin, artificial, it's clinging to you and cloying, but just like in an annoying. I will give this one, goodness gracious, it's a D. It's a D for me, especially when especially knowing what Le Monde Gourmand can do, what they're good for. This is not it. This annoys me so much, just the scent of it, that I don't want to smell it at all. I don't even attempt to layer it with anything. And I'm usually positive in my reviews, so you all bear with me, but I just definitely do not like this one. But hopefully these two new Le Monde Gourmand that I bought, one is a lavender and one is an almond scent. We'll get into those in a few minutes. Hopefully those are more likable. What do you think? Do you have Rose Chocolat? Let me know. I'm always open for anyone who thinks I'm crazy or if they prefer this one. Also, if you can let me know maybe something that will help to balance this or do something for this fragrance to sort of round it out and make it more bearable. You know, something else I didn't even think of is trying maybe these two together, because I don't get any rose in this. But then the chocolate is missing, and it's just, I don't know, I'm just very intrigued about and love chocolate in fragrances. If you guys watched my reviews for the Harlem Renaissance collection, and there were two perfumes, it was Langston and Speakeasy. Both of those promised chocolate notes. Check out my reviews on those if you guys are interested. But this is neither rose nor chocolat. And that's your girl signing off. I'll be right back though with more. Peace.